Where is Mlgo heading in the upcoming week? What's up, trend friends? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Mlgo and where is this ticker heading from here now. Now, with that said, guys, this is a ticker which has been extremely volatile, both to the upside and to the downside. It gave us a massive move from the $2 levels all the way upwards of $34 per share. Now, this move did include a bunch of different catalysts that caused it to move. One of them being that the company was actually diluting shares, which made absolutely no sense. Hence why we got this sharp sell-off all the way back down to the $10 levels. But then the company came out with some actually productive news for the company itself. And they came out and they said that the company, the holding company of Mlgo, which is going to be Wimi Holdings, is actually going to be increasing their stake in Mlgo up to 66%. So 2/3 of the company is now owned by their parent company, and they're not planning on selling any of those shares for the next decade. So what did this do? Well, this caused the stock to go absolutely insane, running from the $10 levels all the way upwards of $34 per share. Now, since then, with the market conditions being extremely volatile and also, time passing, the excitement has kind of fled the scene and the stock is now sitting back down to $18.60. But where is this ticker heading from here on out? That's the question that everybody wants to know. Now, when it comes to Mlgo, guys, I think that, again, this is one of those tickers that, just considering based on the fact that it's a Chinese ticker, it is a 100% loose cannon, right? It is a 100% loose cannon. So it's very hard for us to actually predict whether it's going to give us a sharp move to the upside or a sharp move to the downside. But I will tell you guys this, that a sharp move to the downside is a lot more likely than a sharp move to the upside. And let me explain to you guys why I say that. So first of all, the company had a massive rejection of the stock, not the company, had a massive rejection of these given prices over here at approximately $23 per share. As you can see, $22.90 over here, and also $22.90 is going to be the bottom set of these candles over here, right? $22.99 was the low of these candles, or 22.8, which is, again, right, just 23 bucks is the bottom set of these candles over here. Now, why are these candles so important, right? Because we got a massive downtrend all the way from 30 bucks down to 22.8, and then from here is where the stock started reversing backwards, right? Back to the upside. So as we know, previous support becomes future resistance, right? And that's exactly what we got over here, right? Previous support became future resistance. Now, this level has now become extremely difficult for the stock to actually be able to break above, right? So for me, I think that we're more likely to go ahead and see a double top at these levels and then a massive crash rather than a retest of potentially the $30 levels. Now, again, considering that the company is a Chinese ticker, nothing's off the table. And why do I say that, right? The company is a Chinese ticker, right? What does that really mean? Guys, Chinese companies do a lot of pump and dump schemes, right? They do a lot of pump and dump schemes, and there is more manipulation regarding the stock than there is manipulation regarding any other stock out there, right? And that's realistically because, when it comes to SEC regulations and everything like that, I know everyone's gonna come in here and say, well, every company needs to be regulated the same, Sam. Every single company is regulated the same that's in the NASDAQ. And this is where experience just rebuttals all theory, right? And this is what I always tell people. I say, listen, no one's going to teach you better than the markets. No one's going to teach you better than the markets. No one's going to help you become a better trader than you actually going ahead, and whether it's making money or losing money in the markets is going to help you, right? So for me, I think when it comes to Mlgo, right, this is one of those tickers that, again, it's a loose cannon. The downside is a lot more likely than the upside just based off of their previous dilution history, right? Historically, they've diluted a lot. Right now, their overhead supply is massive, and I think that they're going to be selling those shares extremely soon as well. So for me, I think that it's a no-go, right? I do think that it's a no-go. I think that it's way too risky of a move. And considering how the markets are trading right now, man, we're getting lower lows every single freaking week on the S&P 500. So I think that there are just way better trading opportunities in the markets than what we're seeing right now in the current markets that we're in, okay? So for me, that's my take when it comes to Mlgo. Now, listen, if you're a trader who does have over $30,000 of trading capital and you want to trade alongside me for free, do check out our community, okay? Pretty much the way it works, guys, is that you apply below, and then anything I make you, we do a 80-20 profit split where you give me 20% of the profits and you keep 80%. So let's say you come in with $30,000 and I take that $30,000 to $40,000 within the month for you. At the end of the month, you send me 20% of the $10,000 profit that I made you, which is $2,000, right? Now, why did we do this? Why did we switch from a subscription-based model to a pay per performance model, that's because I'm extremely confident in my performance. Guys, the strategy that I use has a 90% win rate. It's, you know, it's a proven strategy. I've been using it for a very long time, and it's helping people make a lot of money in our community, right? If you guys are interested in that, do check it out. And yeah, you know, we've had some massive wins in our community, guys, recently. So shout out all the members for also sticking around and doing so, right? This was the biggest win we've had yet, $114,000 in a given day, right? Which was absolutely massive. Then $7,000 over here from my man, and then $44,000 on the bird from Hummingbird as well, right? Now, guys, results like this do require massive portfolio size. And I would say that where it would be a realistic amount to look forward to when it comes to gains would be something between 15 to 20% per month, right? 15 to 20% per month. Now, I know that 15 to 20% per month may sound very little, right? It may sound very little to you guys, but at the end of the day, that made consistently is a lot of money, right? In fact, let's go ahead and pull up ChatGPT and let's see what ChatGPT says about this. How big, let's say I start trading with 30K and I make 15% every month for a year. How much money do I have in my port at the end of the year? Let's see. So you start with 30K, you make 15%, which we really make more than 15%. But, you know, again, I would rather, and this has always been a thing when it comes to our community. It's always been, so look at this. With 30K, 15% every month. But you know what, man? This is not enough for a lot of you guys, right? Like, turning 30K to 160K is not enough for a lot of you guys, right? Why? Why is it not enough for a lot of you guys? Because a lot of you guys want to turn 30K to 160K this month. So what happens? You turn that 30K to $2,000. Okay, that's what you do, right? And you know, a lot of you guys may be in a hole right now. Okay, so I think what we offer is going to be very beneficial for you, right? Because again, it's a slow but consistent way of returning back to, you know, maybe you lost a lot of money previously, right? And now you want to recoup that, right? Whatever it may be, right? But I think that it's, again, right? And if you're in a situation where you did lose a lot of money, the first thing you need to do is slow down, right? Is slow down, because I always tell people this as well, right? Is, you know, when you've lost a lot of money trading, you're now in quicksand, right? The faster you try to move, the more you're only going to sink in, right? So take it slow, apply down below. Now, obviously, having $30,000 is not the only minimum, is not the only requirement of joining the program, right? Once you actually join, once you actually fill in the application, then we send you a Zoom meeting link, right? For you to book an appointment with myself, right? And I need to kind of talk to you, see, hey, well, where is your head at? What are you trying to do? What are your goals? Yada, 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 right? And then if you're a good fit, then we onboard you into our community, okay? But other than that, check it out, guys. The link is in the comment section and description. With that said, I wish you guys the best of luck with this trading of their life. Thank you for watching. Your boy Sam from Top Academy.